I'm going to show you how to turn an image like this into an image like this. Today I'm going to introduce to you a software called XDesign. This is something you can use in your workflow if you're a photographer, if you're a designer, or even if you're someone that's got a website or just getting started out. I'm going to show you how I was able to create that gorgeous image in just a matter of seconds and how you can start doing this yourself. So let's jump in so I can show you how to do it. So this is XDesign. Now here you've got AI tools. I'm going to show you some of these in a minute, but these tools here are so easy to use, so you don't need any experience at all. Now the way that I created the image was to go into the background remover tool, which is found here. So clicking on that, I'm just going to go ahead and open or upload an image from my hard drive. Now this is the image that I originally chose. This was a photo shoot where I took some images of a gin for a website, and I'm just going to open this up and you're going to see how quickly it will remove the background. So there you go. It's took a few seconds to remove the background for me and it's done a brilliant job. Now if there were any issues, you can always go in and edit the cutout yourself to refine it even more. But when you open up this background removal tool, you can see on the right hand side you've got other options as well. You've got an image enhancer, you've got an AI background generator, a photo editor, and you can design templates. I'm going to go through this stuff for you a little later in the video so that you can start using this yourself. But when I first used this and I got the result that I wanted, I didn't use these three tools here. I went straight into background generator. But it's also important to see that in this section, you can adjust the ratio as well. So let's say we're actually doing this for something like Shopify, our website, or Amazon or eBay. You can actually go ahead and click on this and it will adjust the ratio just like that to the platform that you're going to be using. So this has adjusted it for Amazon. I'm not going to be using Amazon, so I'm just going to pop back to the original setting here. And then I want to show you how I combined AI background generator with the background removal tool to get some really amazing results. So let's click on that. When this tool opens up, you can see that your image or the image that we're using is in the middle here of the bounding box. Now you can adjust this very easily just by dragging the corner of the image. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger, drag it in and center it on the lines here. And it's good it's got these guiding lines to make sure that you can get it in the center if you need to. On the left hand side, this is where all the options are inside the AI background generator. So you can go into aspect ratio at the top, and this is where you can change the ratio of your image. So let's say you decide that you want a different ratio. You've got these different ratios to choose from. So I'm going to choose 4:3, and you can see that the bounding box has changed. We've now got this wider, more horizontal area. Coming down from the aspect ratio area, you've got presets, clone, and custom. Now these are three powerful settings where you can make changes to your background. When I created the image, I just used preset because this gave me a preset that would already be made by XDesign that I could choose and then just add that in as a background. So coming down from presets, you can see that there are a bunch of different areas to choose from. You've got food and beverages, solid color scene, you've got minimalist, you've got plants and nature, and it's important for you to see that these aren't just like three images here. You can click in more. And then you've got a whole selection to choose from. And these here are some beautiful backgrounds. You could quite easily see one of these backgrounds being in some kind of magazine. Now I'm just going to go up because this is not the kind of background I want for this gin image. So clicking out of here, let's scroll down, have a look through more options like fabrics, home decor, countertops and displays. And then a little bit further down, I'm going to come to the one which I'm interested in, which is water. Now this here is the one that I chose for the image. So I'm just going to click on that, which lets program or the software know that this is going to be the background that I'm interested in and I want generated. Now I could go straight into generate right now and it's going to generate a background very similar to that. And now I will go down to the generate tool and click generate and let's see what happens. So that's took around about 10 to 15 seconds to generate this background. But it hasn't just generated one background, it's generated 4. So you can see we've got 4 different options on the right hand side, which are all similar, but at the same time different. And you can see that I've add grass by the side of the river, and it's also done that in some of these options as well. So it's chose my prompt, which I added in, especially in this top one here, and it's added that into the image. Now, I love all of these images, actually. I think they all look really good. So let's just choose one for this example. Oh man, this is difficult. Let's go for the top one. Let's click on plus, and it's going to generate the image in its own window. And here we go. We've got this beautiful background generation now. And quite frankly, this could be something out of a magazine. It could be something on a website, on an actual gin website. I could probably upscale this image and sell it to my client and actually make, I don't know, 100 to 200 pounds just for this one image. It's crazy. So you might think, well, that's really nice. I really like it, but I would want to make some changes to the image. And you can. Look at the bottom, you've got more options. You can download it, you can edit it again if you want to, and you can click on more. So I'm clicking on more, and here are more options. I can add text. So I can add text into this. I can turn it into some kind of social media design or something to add an infographic into, say, Amazon content. I can edit the photo. I can change the colors and things like that. I can separate the object again. I can create similar, and then I can customize prompts if I want to customize the image further. Finally, I can enhance the quality. Now, I'm going to show you how to use these tools and how these are really powerful and can take your editing on this software to the next level in a very short amount of time in the video. But first, I just wanted to show you how quickly I was able to create this image that you first saw just using the preset section of the AI background generator. Now let's click off this and let's move into the clone section. This is really powerful. So let's say you saw an image on the internet or somewhere on some kind of site and you think the background in that image is exactly what you want for your product. What you can do in clone is you can choose a background and then you can actually clone it. This is super powerful. So I can go on to upload here on the left hand side. I can choose this Moody Whiskey Barrel image, which I really liked. Click open, and this is going to open it on the left-hand side. So you can see that the image is here. You can see what the background is like. Now we want to make ours very similar, but we want to do it with our product image as well. Underneath, you've got scene similarity. And if I push that right up, it's going to tell XDesign that I actually want my background to be really similar to this background. So we get this little preview here with a lower opacity, and you've got this white area which it's saying remove subject in the reference area. Now we don't want it to remove this area, so I'm just going to click that off. And now finally I'm going to choose where to put this in the image. So if I had it here it wouldn't work, but we want it in the middle of the barrel. And then I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. And I think about there is spot on. So now we've got it there. Let's go ahead and generate the image. And look at that. On the right hand side now, we've got 4 generations of this clone background. And you can see they all look very similar. But we've got 4 to choose from. So let's just go ahead and choose one of these. And once again, when this opens up, you can see it's done a really good job of creating and blending the product in with the background. But this is just another really powerful way of utilizing this background generator. So the final option in this is custom, and this is where you get the most power and control over the tool. So what you can do in here is you can add your own prompt. Now here's a prompt which I wrote earlier to save a little bit of time. I'm going to copy this and then add this into here. And then I'm going to add it in the description and press paste. Now you can see I've really gone overboard with this prompt. You can kind of dull yours down a little bit. You can make it a little bit more general with less detail in there. But let's just tweak this slightly. On the bank, Let's just start with by the side of a river with large rocks, the sun rays coming through dark grey clouds and green wild grass by the edge of the water. Let's try that. This is a little bit different to the one that I first used to show you that it's actually going to be an original prompt. Now, just before we hit go on this, you can also use the clone option in here as well. So you can use a reference image. So if you wanted to use a prompt and a reference image together to really dial in that effect, you can do. So let's go ahead and click generate. And here we go. Once again, 4 different options to choose from. This is our 4. Let's have a quick look at them. So we've got our scattered rocks or our rocks. We've got the green grass. We've got by the side of the river. And we've got the grey clouds. Now, we don't have the sun rays, but everything else we have. In fact, you could say that's sun coming in the grass. So it's managed to piece together from that prompt this almost perfect background for our product. And let's just click into this here. And you can see that closer up. Now, I did say to you and promised you that I'm going to show you the features of how to edit this photo further, because this takes the tool to the next level. So to do that, we're going to go into more and let's make some changes to this. Now, first off, the image that I'm actually using here is quite small. We've got a 1000 by 67 pixels by 800 pixels. Now that's small. I want to make it bigger so I can choose to enhance the quality. So let's start with that option. So Image Enhancer does what it says. It enhances the image. It makes the actual area of the canvas bigger, the image bigger itself. And you can do this in 2 options. You've got HD or UHD. Now I don't want it huge, so I'm just going to go for HD and let's see how it enhances the image. You can see that the quality is now a lot better. It's less grainy. And you can also see on the right hand side, our canvas has now gone to 2134 pixels to 1600 pixels. So it's kind of doubled in size. Now, of course, you've got UHD, which makes it even bigger, but this one is going to work for me. Now, I really like the image, but there are further changes that I want to make to it. Now, if we go on to basic correction, I can make changes to the brightness, the exposure of the image, and the color. So I actually want to make it a little bit brighter, so I'm just going to push the brightness up a bit. I want to add in a bit more saturation to make the colors pop, so I'm going to push that up. I'm going to push up the sharpness here, and then just sharpen that bottle just to get rid of a bit of the smoothness. Now, just in those 3 options, it's improved the image. Clicking off that, I can now go into advanced correction. And now I can choose to actually really single out certain colors in the HSL sliders. So I actually want to make this grass here a little bit brighter. So I can click on the color of that grass and then I can just push up the luminosity, and you can see it's just added a bit more brightness into it. I could do this with each color in the actual image as well. I can do that with the rocks if I want to. Not that I really want to, but just to show you, you can choose each color independently. Now, what happens if you've generated a background and actually there's something in the image which is really bugging you and you want to get rid of it? Like this piece of weird long grass up here. Well, you've got something called Eraser. Now, you can actually erase objects from your scene, and you can do this with pretty much anything. You've got 3 options. You've got a square box, which you can draw around. You've got a circle, which you can draw a circle with. Or you've got the brush. Now, I actually really like the brush tool, so I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller, bring down the size, and let's take care of this annoying bit of stray grass here. So I'm just going to paint down it like that. And then I'm going to go for remove. So that's removed the grass in the background, and it's also added in details as well back in the area. You can do this with anything in your image. So I can just go along, paint in areas which I'm not really wanting in the image, and then I can just press remove and it takes care of it. Now, finally, when I've made the changes and I'm happy with it, you can go and crop or rotate it in any way you want to, change the size, and you can do this with different presets for different social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, and more. So you can just choose from any of these here, and then you can just go in and say, do you know what? I actually want to make it for an Instagram post. And then it just will create it in the dimensions that will work on an Instagram post. Now, you also want to make sure that you use lossless scaling to make sure that you don't lose quality if you're changing the size and making it smaller and bigger. But for this one, I don't actually want it for an Instagram post, and I prefer it on the 4x3. So I'm just going to go cancel, and it will go back to what it is. As you can see, this tool is super powerful, but it doesn't end there. You can do more. So inside at the main page here, you can see that there is another option where you've got templates. So it's not just for photo editing. You can actually go ahead and do bits of graphic design through templates. Coming down the bottom here, you can see that there are different templates that are already in place that you can choose from, and you can go into each one of these and edit them. You've also got different themes like Christmas, collage, wall art, markup, minimalism, vibrant colours, and plenty more. Now, at this time of year, it's almost Christmas, so let's have a bit of fun and quickly show you how you can edit these and then turn them into something which is your own. So I'm going to click on Christmas. It's giving me some Christmas ones to choose from. I'm going to go for, let's go for this one. And now you've got the design here, and you've got each element which you can edit. And you've also got on the left-hand side here a bunch of options. So you've got text, which you can choose from. You can add in your own kinds of text, and there's a load of them here which you can choose from, which are already in the software. You've got elements where you can add in different shapes, different line systems, different objects, and it's just full of different things you can choose from here. If you really want to get into this and make some fun designs, it's got all of the tools that you need. So let's just have a little bit of fun with this one though. So I'm just going to go ahead here, and let's say we want to change this a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and change the color, for instance. So let's make it a little bit more vibey on the old Christmas side. Let's turn this red. So I'm going to go down to my color. I've got my options now. Now I've selected text. On the right hand side, you have your options. So I'm going to go click on this, and let's turn it red. Now, if I didn't like the font Poppins, I could go into this and I could change it and choose another one. Now, I happen to like Poppins, and it's something that I use quite a lot, so I'm going to keep it that way. But let's say I want to change this. Currently, this is not lining up right in my eyes anyway. So let's just click on that and then go cancel combination. This is going to ungroup them, and now I can just drag this into place. Then I can just click on both of them together, and then I can group them back together if I want to. So let's just go to combine, and they're now grouped. So if I come down, I've got this picture here. Now, while this picture is very nice, it's not the picture that I want to use for this project. So let's replace it. So click on the replace. You can choose an image which is already uploaded, or you can go onto your computer. In this case, I'm going to click on this one, which I uploaded earlier. And this is going to replace the image in this window shape. Now, you might be wondering, how does it know to go into the window shape? And that's because there's a mask here. You can choose different masks to drop images in if you want to create different shapes, which is really cool and neat. And this is something which is actually very beneficial when you're creating different designs. So you can see that this has dropped the image in, but it's already optimized the image by using it as a cutout. So for instance, the background has gone. Now in this case, I want the background. So I'm just going to click cancel, and then it's going to pop the background back in. I want to change this text here to say something different from clothing accessories. I am going to change the font on this one. So let's come down to here, and let's go for this DM serif display, and let's just change this text to say sale ends midnight Friday, and let's just drag this over. There we go. Let's pop that across. We've got our nice line guide here showing us it's in the middle, and there we go. We've made some changes to this already. We could change other things on the design if we wanted to as well. This is a filter here, so it's like an icon. We could go along to elements, and then you can choose from different shapes down here. In fact, I might even find one which is, oh, there we go, we've got weather. So I could change this for this one here if I preferred that. And then just click on that and delete, and then add this one in. So you can see how you can use these design elements which are provided with these templates to really start creating your own designs. Let's just copy that, drag that down. And you can just very quickly start creating designs using the tools here, because you've got lots of options available inside here, and you've also got these templates which are very quick to build off because they're already in place and you can just quickly make edits to them. I'm going to show you that you can just now download this as a high quality image. So I'm going to click on that, choose the format PNG which we want, go for commercial without watermark, and then download. There we go, and we've now got this downloaded on our computer, and you can use this for things like social media, your website, or however you want to use it. So in my opinion, XDesign is a great tool. It's a great piece of software which offers you lots of AI tools in one place. And as a product photographer, or as someone which is looking to really make some nice changes to their images on their website, this software has got you covered. It's got everything you need in one place, and it can help you save a lot of money, and it can help you speed up your workflow. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Go and check out the link in the description to XDesign if you want to have a look at it there. And whatever you do for the rest of the day, make sure it's a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.